some crazy stuff just went down at Loot Lake, but before we get into that and what it means for the storyline, of course, here we are, gifting some more skins out while we still can. Recently, I've been adding a lot of people. If you want to get added and have a chance to get a skin from me, all you gotta do is comment your epic ID below. I'll be randomly adding some more people today. Of course, make sure to use my code PineapplesYT in the Fortnite item shop and send me proof for a shout out in an upcoming video. Huge shout out to these legends for being so kind enough to support me. Alright, so let's start out with Bandolette. What a cool looking skin, man. We're gonna go ahead and buy this for someone. Let's see, what's a new name that I don't really recognize? First gift of the day going out to Harry Potter Fan 6. Harry Potter's an awesome series, man, and there we go. Gift has just been sent. Next up, we got Snowfoot. Interesting. I really like this skin. Looks to be some kind of a servant or fighter for the Ice King. Moose Squad 0 is going to get this skin. Congrats, man. Thanks for supporting the channel. Really hope you like the skin. Finally, for today, we're going to gift out Cloaked Star. What an awesome skin. If you'll remember, at first, it was in Save the World and then came to BR, which was really exciting. Cloaked Star, you're going to Z-Man916. Let's go. That's 3 gifts today. I really wish there was a way to send more gifts every day. You know, it's kind of silly, but whatever. Very easy to send a gift to anyone. To gift out skins, all I ask is that you drop a like and subscribe. All right, man, let's go. Hey there, what's up everybody? My name, of course, is Dr. P, and today we've got some really cool stuff to go over. There have been some changes to Loot Lake, and it looks like we are going to see some digging commence in the center of Loot Lake very, very soon. We'll get into everything, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So yesterday I made a video and I talked about how there were a bunch of cranes or excavators, wherever you want to call them, just sitting together all in a row at Loot Lake. In that video, I basically pointed out that it looks very heavily like the cranes and the dig site workers might be going to dig up something out of the middle of the lake area. Well, we didn't have to wait long to get some more hints, more evidence to support that claim, because today you can see all of the cranes have positioned themselves equally spaced out around Loot Lake, all looking in the center. There are so many different cranes, way more than there were just sitting in that line. They are all clearly looking right in the middle of the lake, coincidentally enough, where Kevin's shards, his remains, lie. The deeper we get into the season, the more likely I think Kevin returning or being involved in the storyline in some way really is. I wonder if they're actually trying to get rid of Kevin completely. It's possible they could be here to break down all of those shards and finally get rid of any possible trace of Kevin. Those cube fragments in the middle of the lake are very important and have been for some time, most notably because you cannot break them. There are some items in the game that if you try and swing your pickaxe at it, it won't do anything and won't let you break it. Typically, that's a sign of something important. If there's one thing we can take away from all of these cranes being around Loot Lake and surrounding it like that, is that something very important is under this lake or in the lake. So important, in fact, that they need to get 10 plus excavators surrounding it, and it takes that many people to get to it. Now, we do know that there is a huge treasure bunker underneath Loot Lake. I'm gonna coin it Loot Lair. I think that makes the most sense, haha. We know Loot Lair is underneath Loot Lake. We know this because of the dig site near Loot Lake. That dig site revealed a bunker. The bunker has the same shape of an entrance as this loading screen, and when you go up to it and you hit it with your pickaxe, you hear a very hollow sound, signaling the inside of it is indeed very spacious like we saw in the loading screen. I feel like it's almost certain that the people who are digging up Loot Lake, or at least getting ready to, are looking for some kind of alternate entrance into Loot Lair. If they could have gotten in through that bunker door, I feel like there would have been no need to go and dig up even more stuff, unless that's not completely what they're after. Maybe Lux is the only one who's got a key to get inside of Loot Lair. That would then kind of explain why she is the only one that we know that has actually been inside. We've been talking about Master Key and Lux being very important for each other, obviously because of the locks around Lux's neck and the keys that Master Key has. A couple weeks ago, one of the loading screens showed Master Key getting robbed and one of his keys stolen. We don't know who actually got the key key. I wonder if it's possible that Master Key's key was simply used to unlock this bunker. A lot of possible theories. Let me know what you guys think that key that was stolen away from Master Key is actually going to do this season. Again, going back to the excavators surrounding the middle of Loot Lake, I think probably this is where the final digging site will take place, the biggest digging of the entire season. We know dig sites have been popping up around the map for a few weeks now, but this is the time where it's really looking serious. Donald Mustard changed his location on Twitter, as he so often does, to tease things. He changed it simply to X, and that's pretty telling considering, the whole theme of the season is X marks the spot. And just a couple days ago, right before he changed his location to X, it said digging, trying to find the ... But now it looks like they have found whatever it is they're looking for, and now they're digging. X must be in the center of Loot Lake. And with that, literally, the theories are endless. They could be looking for a different way into the bunker underneath the map. They could be trying to clear out Kevin. They could be trying to resurrect Kevin, or something else we're not thinking about. Loot Lake has been the part of some pretty crazy events, and it looks like it might be time for at least one more. Looking at the picture we see here, it appears as though Loot Lair is pretty big, it's pretty roomy. I mean, it has so much gold in there, it's gotta be big. But how big exactly are we talking? I saw something really cool on Reddit by user Toolbox007. He's got some approximations on exactly how big this bunker might be. It's a little complicated to follow, and it's obviously not exactly right because the measurements he's using aren't exactly that accurate, but it gives you a great idea. So first, he measured the size of the hole on his 55-inch TV. It was 3 inches. He then needed a reference, so he chose Lux, also on the loading screen, and measured her from waist to the top of her head. That was 4 inches. Then, to find the size of the hole in the ground, he placed some floor pieces on it. It measures out to be almost exactly 2 by 1. Then, he placed 2 floor pieces down at the top of the volcano and backed away from it until it measured 3 inches, so the same distance away that Lux was from the entrance. After all of that, and after going to replay to verify the measurements, the distance he got was 82 meters. So by this math and this approximation, Lux is 82 meters, or roughly 82 meters deep in the chamber in this loading screen. That should give you a very basic idea of how crazy this actually is. That is huge. And as you can see, that's roughly the same height as this hill right here near Paradise Palms. That is pretty crazy. We don't know how wide it is. Obviously, it is directly east of Loot Lake. That is where we found the initial opening, but that doesn't mean that it can't possibly expand further, maybe directly underneath Loot Lake, maybe other places. We don't know the extent of all this stuff. We don't know exactly how wide it is, and we're not even sure this is how deep it is, but based off some very simple math, I know it's kind of hard to follow. It looks like it's roughly this size. My guess is it does extend further than we think and goes probably under Loot Lake. Why else would they be digging there? Well, I know why else. I know there are a lot of theories, but to me, I think it makes a little too much sense. They've been looking the whole season for treasure. X marks the spot. They've been looking for it. Then this helicopter shows up, flies around the map looking for some sign of treasure. Then, when it finds it, it circles around Loot Lake several times, parks there permanently, gets a whole bunch of people to come work and dig there immediately. They find this bunker. I don't think it's a coincidence. They're looking for the golden treasure underneath. It's possible that Loot Lake could be completely transformed. I mean, I don't know the extent in which they're going to dig in the middle of the lake, but it could be on a massive scale, and it could basically change the way we look at Loot Lake. It could make it literally so unrecognizably different. So I don't know, if you're a fan of the POI Loot Lake, I'd go and pay your respects there. You don't know what could happen. Epic could change anything at any time. Kevin's technically dead, but people still love that guy. It's crazy. On Reddit, while I was scrolling through today, I saw a lot of meme posts saying, let's go honor Kevin before they dig him up, before they ruin him. It's kind of funny to see everyone's allegiance for this cube even long after his death. Everyone, or at least most people, want to see at least his shard stay there. I'll be excited and curious to see what Epic has planned for this season. Looks like things are heating up. Make sure to give me that thumbs up rating if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing to the channel if you like what you see and you want to see more. I'm uploading near daily Fortnite content, keeping you fully updated. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.